Band on fire.
Infamous, show us that you black again.
He said, show us that you're black again. Show us that you're black again.
Bro, I don't need it.
Do they be looking
Bro,
at
I'm not in
the
a zoo, man.
Why would they do that?
Show us that you're black again.
Be like it's some
You might as well call Infamous Russell Wilson, goddamn.
He said, Infamous, show us that you're black again. Let me get the...
He doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
In Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into
Crazy ass work, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota committing fraud, but as we know it, we are diving deep into this scam in Minnesota. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a pyramid scheme. No way on God's green earth are these Somalis going to come up with this idea to scam, and they can't even get the spelling on the building right. That's some crazy work.
the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years.
Because, you know, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving, and mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever, and there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco, they're going to Sam's Club, they're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out.
So these Somalis are using these cars that's supposed to be used for business, for personal use. That's some crazy work.
And see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first, David. All right, let's go. So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store. Okay, so the location here is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered.
These Somalis are scamming out their teeth. It is a money transfer, but on paper, it is a Safari moving company. Stop the cap.
We're here, 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota.
So they are money wiring, money transfer, but on paper, they are a moving company. Can't make this up.
Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we...
Since 2015? Yo, these people have been scamming since 2015, just now getting caught. How long does this pyramid scheme go? I thought it was since 2020. They've been scamming. That's some crazy work.
We have the manager. Let's see if we can find fraud. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
There's no Safari Transportation here because You're only scamming. There's only scamming here. There's no transportation here.
Safari Transportation,
Hey,
607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for
We don't know. We only scam. You want to scam? Then we know. But anything else, we don't know.
Safari Transportation
know.
That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari Transportation is.
We don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business is
Omar?
not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar,
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This
Money transfer. That's what we do. We scam. We don't know what you're talking about. We only scam here.
is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say this is for Safari
find out.
Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota.
2015. Well, yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today.
Please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari?
What's crazy work, ladies and gentlemen, is that once again, these Somalis are getting all the heat, but in reality, there's people that's higher up that's telling them what to do. Let's keep it a bean. These Somalis are not coming up with these scamming on their own. They don't even know what's going on. They can't even name the business talking about Safari Transportation Service. They never even heard of that.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
So Tim Walz, as we know it, ladies and gentlemen, has resigned as governor in Minnesota. Why did he resign? Because he's trying to run away from the smoke.
Transportation.
It's not Safari, Pierre.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's not here. It's a fraud.
Sir?
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to the next address. All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company? 617 right
Streamline
here.
Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered.
So they're just naming anything at this point. But in reality, we pull up to these establishments, it's the complete opposite.
to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring?
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
We're looking for Safari Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there, that's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation
So
company.
he said to go here.
They're getting money from the higher ups, but on paper they're talking about Safari Transportation Company. Yeah, you're transporting. Excuse me, transport. Oh man, that's a crazy word. You are moving illegal money from the taxpayers, and the taxpayers is the one that's going to suffer in the long run. Meanwhile, these Somalis, these people that scamming, they're going to get deported. So who is really taking the shit end of the stick? The American taxpayer.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Good morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here. So you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not really far.
So Dreamline Transportation.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. So they're trying to pull up on what's on paper, and what they see is nothing but mailboxes.
Could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607, Safari Transportation, doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617, Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
Why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're not attacking your community by any means.
Are you making good money from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No,
for instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607? It's not there. And why don't you answer?
How much money are
why don't you answer the question? Where's 617 Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make money off of YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of
These are the wrong questions that need to be asked. First of all, why are you pressing this guy talking about what's in his pockets? He's talking about how much money are you making documenting this journey. The question needs to be asked, where is the proper documentation to show that you're not a scammer, to show that you Somalis, because these Somalis are getting a bad rep right now in Minnesota. If you're Somali right now, you looking at the floor. So to kill all the allegations and everything that's being pressed on top of your head, show the proper documentation. That's all you got to do. But instead, you want to come up with the excuse talking about the paperwork got robbed. Stop the cap.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual.
That my job
attacking
is
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud is
reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right, let me tell you the reason why
fraud is fraud, correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
All right, and us.
Now he's saying that it has to do with religion, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that cap? Nobody, no. We're not about to do that. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, purple, yellow, blue, orange. A scam is a scam. We're not attacking Muslims. We're attacking the scammers. And y'all coming back door trying to guilt trip, trying to gaslight, talking about Muslims. Allah did not tell you to scam. Whoever you serve, Allah did not tell you to go out there and scam childcare, daycare service, talking about child learning center, can't even get the spelling on the building right. Then you want to take money from autism kids. Can you believe that? Taking money from the needy. Then taking money away from healthcare as if scams is not already at an all-time high. You add into it and taking away from the taxpayer dollars. Stop the cap.
Being from Africa, this is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. When
I go onto your comments,
my comments.
What I see is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like the Japanese community. All right, you're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the question. Where is the transportation vehicle company?
Jeopardize
answer the question.
The safety and the protection of the Somali community.
We're talking about fraud.
If anything happens to the Somali community,
we're talking about fraud.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching you.
You're getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you. No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud.
What
We're talking about fraud. You're defending fraud.
When I go into your comments,
you're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims want us out of here.
People can say what they want.
Muslim,
I'm not censoring anybody.
Us using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam.
Islamophobes use your material. Why is he focused on people hating on Muslims? He should be focused on a scam that's taking place in Minnesota, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the taxpayer, they're the one that's suffering, because when they get deported and they receive the punishment by going back to where they came from, at the end of the day, the taxpayer once again is the one who's suffering. So we got to stop the cap. This gaslighting is at an all-time high, talking about he's getting attacked by being Muslim. Once again, Allah did not tell you to scam.
Use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Okay. Change the Constitution. Okay. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about fraud.
We're
asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate Muslims. We're talking about fraud. We're talking about fraud.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, do you see the manipulation? He's trying to move the goalposts. So now it's an attack on religion. But the elephant in the room is you scamming millions among billions of dollars. Yo, the goalpost move is crazy. Tim Walz had to resign, the governor of Minnesota, and you want to press this guy talking about Muslim hate? Stop the cap. That's
I gave it all for fantasy.
This is fraud.
Because of fraud?
We're talking about fraud.
Are we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about fraud.
All right, but there's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers in
fraud.
all of Minnesota?
There's actually 800.
Keep talking. Don't go
So,
you speak English?
transportation companies.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen, let me tell you something.
See, this isn't a race issue, sir.
Listen, let me
this
tell
is
you
about
something.
fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Sir,
80,000 people
we're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers? Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick fucking Shirley.
This is about fraud.
If one single Somali gets hurt,
This is about fraud,
it's because
sir.
of you. Sensationalize it. You son of a bitch. Sensationalize it.
Wow, you're
Get the
very
fuck
nice.
out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the fuck
company
out
is?
of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sir.
Okay. The passion, I see the passion. Where's the passion when it comes to showing the proper documentation that you're not a scammer? Because you want to come up with the excuse that the paperwork got stolen, that somebody robbed the checkbooks, it got ripped, all this nonsense. Keep the same energy when it comes to showing the paperwork, the documentation, because women lie, men lie, numbers don't. All the allegations against the Somalis can be put to rest if you show the paperwork showing that you are legit. But you want to pull up talking about you're reading the YouTube comments. Are you serious? Are YouTube comments compared to scamming? How is that in the same playing field? Like the crazy that's some gaslighting at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Sir, this is about fraud.
You wanted clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
clicks. You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the transportation
You wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get the
transportation
fuck out of our community.
Tell me.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Motherfucker.
This is
Say I don't want
this is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and
want to
wanna
change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me.
Relax.
That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking.
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Get the fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, for this video, we had to get security because look at this now. All right, we're going. We're going.
You have to go from here. I'm telling you.
But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent, and the Somalis are the most violent people I have.
Absolutely. If you're going to uncover the scam, they're going to come out like ants out of an ant pile. I mean, you just rattled the hornet's nest. So they are extremely back against the wall. Their ringleader, Tim Walz, has resigned from office, and now they're running around with a chicken without their head on top of. That's some crazy words.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Once again, have the energy towards showing that you are legit. You can show the paperwork and be like, you know what? Here is the numbers. We actually do have children in these dare case services. Even though there has been propaganda saying that we're scammers, here's the paperwork. But you can't do that. In return, you want to attack a YouTuber talking about Muslims are being attacked and you're reading his comments. Why are you reading YouTube comments? You should be focused on proving that you're not a scammer.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
I've ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation company?
He wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Neither business was there or operating, and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those 2 locations alone, there's over 2.
Wait, how many millions of... Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Operating and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue.
No way. They're getting millions of dollars a day, ladies and gentlemen?
And with those 2 locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud. All right, we're going to the next location.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no tire tracks. And so why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, they're covered up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Now we're outside of this transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store, and now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here. No snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that. And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave it.
That's some nasty work, taking bread away from autism, daycare service, scamming every way possible. But once again, these Somalis did not come up with the idea on their own. They got their idea from the higher ups. This is a pyramid scheme, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone is getting exposed slowly but surely. Tim Walz resigned from office, the governor of Minnesota. Why would he resign if he is innocent?
Paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they're moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually
to bill as much as they could to make more money regardless of whether they perform the work. Oh, wow.
never provide the service at the healthcare provider. But that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to.
That's the pyramid scheme, ladies and gentlemen. You got daycare. That's some crazy work. How do these scammers sleep at night?
Dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any. Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
All of you, get out of here.
Where is Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
ju-
Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name's
I don't give a shit.
not, the name's
I
not
don't-
Silver
don't-
Mountain, it's just Silver Mountain
Don't ask
Home
me
Health
that.
Care.
When you come,
All right,
So
sir.
Silver
Well,
Mountain-
so
it's
Silver.
another way.
So
That's
Silver
the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business.
27,
You're making a
22
business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
600
sir.
people.
27,
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't
Home
know where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well that's what we're
But
looking for. All right, we're
he's
moving on.
sitting there.
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home
I can't
Healthcare?
find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking. 3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
And look, so they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All of these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud, all of it.
So right there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a driver.
Yo, they're using these transportation cars for personal use, going to run errands to the gas station, going to the local grocery store, parking a car on their driveway. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be meant for business, but they're using it for personal use. These Somalis are scamming, living the lifestyle, getting exposed so much so that 40K has now been deported. But once again, the true victim is the taxpayer, because how many millions among billions of dollars has been scammed through Minnesota? So it's a very unfortunate, but better late than never. The expose is finally come to light, and it's still, we're just beginning exposing these scammers.
How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. That the reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't.
Absolutely. Hit dogs holler. If you're being accused of something, why am I going to be so animate, so aggressive if I'm innocent? All you have to do is show the paperwork and say, you know what? Kill those allegations, because this is defamation. You're attacking the Somalis. Here's the paperwork to show that I am legit. But instead, you want to huff and puff and blow the roof down. But then when people tell you, show the paperwork, you want to talk about the paperwork got stolen, the checkbooks got ripped, and this, that, and the third. And you want to say, and you want to guilt trip, and you want to move the goalposts, talking about the Muslim community is getting attacked. Can you believe that they're trying to switch the goalposts, ladies and gentlemen? That's some crazy words.
Because they know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense. So in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm
Hit dogs holler.
I gave it all for
trying to get an opportunity
fantasy.
to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some don't even exist. We can't even find them. We're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website.
Secretary of State. Okay. So it's official. He's pulling up to these businesses, not from Google, not from Yahoo, not some random search engine. Secretary of State. He's pulling up to these establishments, and it's completely different than what's on paper. Talking about Safari Transportation Service. Meanwhile, it's money laundering.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
As their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent.
Muhammad Scammer.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
For 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there. We're here at the suite of Epimonia Transport LLC. There's actually
LLC Scammer.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
not even a sign here. And anyone...
That's super sketchy. How are you going to have a business with no sign, just numbers?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Here. It looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month at IF, so...
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years, and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building. And this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
And for instance, this guy Muhammad, he should have...
It looks sketchy. He talking about this number, this certain area in the building is the sketchiest space in the building. Well, yes, definitely is sketchy. They don't have a name on the wall. They don't have nothing, just numbers. Talking about he only pulls up 2 times a month.
Have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow.
Wow. Can't even get the numbers right. So he's saying that he's at 308, but he's really in 305. Can't even... Once again, so these are ghosts. Whatever's on paper in the Secretary of State is completely opposite in real life, in reality. Pulling up to these establishments, and they're not even what they say they are on paper.
He's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
With somebody with common sense, right? If you're going to run a scam, you got to run a scam correctly. I mean, it's still a business, right? You're running a scam, running a daycare scam with not a single child in the building. What?
So since the fraud has started to be exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there was never even been transportation vehicles.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, these Somalis that scamming, they didn't come up with the idea on their own. They got the idea from the higher-ups telling them what to do, not informing them what the actual name on paper is. So now they're getting exposed in real life, talking about Safari Transportation Service. They didn't even heard of transportation before in their lives. They just know the scam and the money wire transfer being put into their accounts through the scam.
Outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found. And this parking lot, massive parking lot.
Muhammad Scammer has left the scene?
Actually never even had any transport vehicles, according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we'd either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 28.
These scammers. So he tried to get a ride through the Somali scam service, and they, with no passengers, talking about they're full. What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
33 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis, and there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advance Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
So we're going to go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is advanced mobility, 2833, boarded up. All these windows.
Why are these Somalis putting boards on their windows like a trap house? You trying to run a business and you transform it to a trap house? So these Somalis are scamming in the trap house.
Are covered right here. We're gonna see if we can go inside.
In America, ladies and gentlemen.
Shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a coffee shop. Let's see if advanced.
Oh, they living good, man. They got a coffee shop. They got the boom boom room for your personal, you know what I'm saying?
A freaking frog.
They scamming, and now the scam is coming to an end.
Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is advanced mobility here?
You know 224? I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where advanced mobility is?
Suite 224.
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where advanced mobility is? Do you guys know where advanced mobility is?
Advanced mobility?
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
What is this? What is that?
Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. We're just looking for advanced mobility. Where's advanced mobility at? That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for advanced mobility. Nobody can help us right now. We got a whole group of people trying to get us out of here. We're looking for advanced mobility. Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're pushing us out of here.
Get out.
Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out. Get out.
Would you like to give a statement on where advanced mobility is?
No, go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So advanced mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for? Nick Shirley. Who do you work for?
This is Nick Shirley, sir.
I don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
What? You don't care about Nick Shirley? Yo, have that same energy to show the proper documentation that you're not a scammer. If you're tired of being accused of being a scammer, show the paperwork. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Show that, yo, I'm running a legit business. I've been running this, that, and the third, and all these allegations will be put to rest. But instead, you want to attack the elderly on the street with a camera?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
No, let's keep it a being. You're mad because you're getting exposed. Hit dogs holler.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the state of Minnesota.
We don't care about that. Get out of here. Stop here.
And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here. Advanced mobility.
Oh, yeah. They can scam. But these same scammers have morals. Tell me how that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And this is Ray's.
Politicians are just walking off thinking it's okay Tuesday and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother.
The street, there's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for Ray's Transportation.
There's no parking lot for the transportation vehicles, but under the Secretary of State, that's what they're saying they are. They're saying on the paperwork that they are a transportation service. So I believe the Somalis was not informed from the higher ups what's going on. They just told, yo, just be here when you receive the money. Leave everything else to us.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
See if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay, well.
Wow. So every location this man, Nick Shirley, is pulling up to under the Secretary of State is completely different in real life, in reality. They never even heard of a transportation service. They only know of scam and money wire transfer.
It's just raised.
Healthcare places.
RAYZ.
Well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that to raid transportation, all of these transportation companies, they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change. Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of.
I was glad to turn the page on 2025.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Difficult year for our.
This is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bring light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, what's up? What you got going on, man? Hey, you keep that false narrative that you be going on. It's a nonsense.
You should get in your car.
You should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair. You cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor.
You cannot become in the community and do that. You cannot become in the community. You cannot become in the community and do that.
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is defamation.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state of Minnesota.
You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair. You cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So
you cannot be in the community.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Yo, what's not fair is that you're scamming the taxpayers' money. That's what's not fair.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
You cannot be in the community. You cannot be in the community scamming. You cannot be in the community exposing the scamming.
Shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
For the things that are going on that they're not doing, we need these type of spaces for. This is crazy stuff. But I'm glad that you bring light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, what's up? What you got going on, man?
Hey.
I gave it all for false narrative that you be going on. It's a nonsense.
You should get in your car.
You should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair. You cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening.
You cannot be in the community exposing the scam. All this energy, but you go silent when it comes to showing the paperwork that you're not a scammer. Talking about the paperwork got stolen.
Important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific...
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor, we got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is defamation.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state of Minnesota.
You coming on.
This is misinformation. This is defamation.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
No. This is scamming. That's what it is. Talking about this is misinformation. No. This is scamming.
Everywhere. Where you coming from?
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
You can't. It's Southside. my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. That guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road about the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna it's a very tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection.
I'll say.
So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing?
Yo, the black guy that was talking to Nick Shirley, he was scared for his life. He's like, yo, man, get me out. Do not put me in your video, man. I live here in Minnesota.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Yo, you have security. I don't.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Doing this.
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a race issue, it's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
That's some gaslighting. Want to talk about race being attacked by Muslims? It has nothing to do with being Muslim. Once again, Allah did not tell you to name your business Safari Transportation Service, and when he pulls up, it's a money laundering money service to transfer funds. Allah did not tell you to do that.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Right, and so I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis, it doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota, including all of the suburbs. And we're going to bring to light exactly what's going on in those respective suburbs.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies that's registered with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis Park. And so let's see if this one actually exists.
This is the location of Crescent Transportation. We have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no...
What? Once again, under the Secretary of State, you're putting down transportation service, pulls up, it's completely different in reality. That's some crazy work.
Signage of any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is
And I'm just trying to understand, why are you trying to move the goalposts talking about getting attacked because you're Muslim? It has nothing to do with religion. Trying to move the goalposts, trying to guilt trip, trying to gaslight. It has everything to do with the millions among billions of dollars being scammed out of Minnesota. So much so, ladies and gentlemen, that Tim Walz had to resign as governor.
Apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here? Yeah. And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing that, for instance, right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government is not even here? It's the apartment complex.
I just said, I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they still go to jail.
And should Tim Walz go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that.
Speaking of Tim Walz.
On a particularly sour note. For the last several years,
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Criminals have sought to take advantage of this state's generosity.
It's an apartment complex.
Right, and so the cities have specific rules governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they? There aren't any. Preston, I don't see anything with.
There's nowhere to park the cars because they're using the cars for personal use. They're going to go to grocery runs, personal errands. They're pulling up to the park. They're not using the cars for business.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Pressing on it anywhere.
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Child Care Center. This facility is licensed to hold 118 children. So this should be a really big facility. And this year alone, they have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota. And last year, they received $1.92 million from the state of Minnesota. And this facility, in the past 5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
So there should be plenty of children. There should be footprints of children walking in and out.
This should be a very busy place, yes.
So this right here is Hopkins Child Care Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are completely blacked out. You can't even get in. And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprints anywhere going into this door.
Why does the child care daycare service look like a trap house?
And it's locked. Midday right now. This is the backside of the daycare. We're ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Get out.
Okay, listen.
Get out. This is our business.
Yes,
What are you
sir.
looking for?
We don't care what you do on the phone.
Go this side.
Yeah.
This private. This private.
I can be here in the parking lot.
No. You don't be here.
Wait,
What are
can
you
we ask
looking
you
for?
about the daycare? It's all right. It's all right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care, Ken.
Sir, I'm not
You have to
racist.
leave here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing. man.
$2.25 million.
Get out, you guys. Get out.
$2.5 million.
Get out.
This is our business.
Get out, hey. Get out. What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to.
Get out.
We just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out. Get out, guys. Get out.
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out. Man. No. Get lost. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our brother. Get out.
Why?
Get out.
Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No. Get out.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
Get out.
Can you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question.
You
guys,
can't.
get out.
You can't answer the
Get
question.
out. No. Who are you?
My name's Nick
Who are you?
Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
Who are you? He answers, and he said he doesn't give a shit. Yo, these Somalis, man, hit dogs holler. All these allegations, if you don't want to be harassed by Nick Shirley or anybody else, show the proper documentation that you're not a scammer. Show the paperwork that you actually are a legitimate company. But you want to scream and yell and talk about you getting attacked because you're Muslim. Stop the cap.
Stop it. Get some help.
Could you answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
No. $1 million. I don't care about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for 118 children,
Get out.
but I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children here.
Get out. Guys, get out. No, you're not asking me nothing, man.
I'm just asking you about what we're seeing here.
No, get out. Get out our business. Get out.
Sir,
this is my property.
You have millions of people watching. Can you say what's the need for $2.25 million? And where are the 118 children?
Get out.
Sir, I'm just asking a simple question.
Get out. No, you're not asking me any question.
Get out, motherfucker. Get out. You're exposing my scam. How am I supposed to buy Gucci and Louis if you're exposing my scam? Ow.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Get out.
You have the opportunity to answer the question.
No. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out. Our business, man. Get out. Get out, motherfucker. Get out.
Sir,
get out.
just answer the question.
No. Get out. No, get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the question.
Hey, don't touch me.
You touch me. You YouTube, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we gotta get out of here.
Get out.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of any children around here. No footprints of any children. They can't even answer the question. We give them so many opportunities. We gave them plenty of opportunities. Just answer some simple questions. Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children. No footprints in the snow. All of their vehicles were sitting there with 2 feet of snow on them. They haven't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at all these daycares. 4 men came out. Yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here. 118 children. $2.25 million this year.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Now this daycare center, how much money has this one received?
So this this child care center is called Proud Child Care Center, and it's in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, which is a very high income area. It's a further out suburb from Minneapolis, but there are a lot of multi-billion-dollar homes right in this neighborhood. And this child care got $1.25 million in funding in fiscal year 2025. It got $1.08 million last year. It opened in 2021. Let's go see if we can find any kids.
There should be at least 40 children here. Looking at the snow prints, does not look like there's any snow prints.
They talk about snow prints. Yo, Nick Charlie, man. The footprints, come on, man. I mean, I feel you, but seriously.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Looking for footprints.
Many young children, and all of these windows are completely blacked out. Let's see if we could just talk to somebody. Could I?
Why is every window blacked out like a trap house?
Can I enroll my son Joey into daycare here? Well, do you have a paperwork where I can enroll a child? Who are you? Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. I was wondering if I could enroll a child. I have a son named Joey.
Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Where you come from?
Yeah, I'm just coming out and seeing if I could enroll my child, Joey. We just want to get a statement as to why this daycare needs $1.26 million, and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child, my imaginary child, Joey. No, you guys can't give a clear statement, or can you even give me a paper to enroll a child into the daycare? Just to show that you guys...
That's not your business. He's trying to enroll his imaginary child in your daycare service, and you respond, that's not your business?
Shut your bitch ass up!
Our legit business. It would debunk all claims if you could just give me a piece of paper saying where to enroll a child. You can't.
That's all they have to do. Show documentation. Show that you are a legit company. You don't have to enroll his imaginary son Joy today. You can give him documentation of the process, but you can't even do that because you're scamming so much. You can't even get the spelling on the building right. Y'all not even trying to run a business. Only thing that you're trying to do is scam and look for that direct deposit from whoever is sending you the bread. But in reality, you talking about child daycare service, not a single child in sight, and all your windows are blacked out like a trap house?
Can't do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. They can't even do it. One of the big talks about the fraud is about Quality Leering Center. It's a daycare that has received
Yo, imagine running a scam and you can't even get the name on the building correct. Talking about Luring Center. Where's the N in luring? Quality Luring Center? Bro, they're trolling. They got hoodies made out of that. Yo, I'm going to have to buy that too. That's a hot commodity. Quality Luring Center. It's cold outside, ladies and gentlemen. I might have to buy this hoodie. That's hilarious.
$0.9 million. It's licensed for over 99 children. And instead of Quality Learning, it says Quality Leering Outside. But the big controversy about the Quality Leering Center is that Somalians, after the video went live, they all of a sudden started shuffling children into the daycare.
Wow. So after they got exposed from the first Nick Shirley video, ladies and gentlemen, link is going to be in my description of this content creator. They want to shove kids in this facility as if they are legit. Kind of like you're home alone and your mother is coming home with your father and they told you to wash the dishes and you hear the garage open, so you hurry up and do it before they whoop your ass.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
These Somalis are trying to put imaginary kids in this building to show that they are legit. Crazy work.
At the same time, the Commissioner of Children of Minnesota was on a live stream saying they had closed the daycare a week ago.
Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago.
How much money has this place all received? And what's...
This is the one that's licensed for 99 children. This fiscal year, they've received $1.9 million. And in fiscal year 2024, they had received about $2.2 million. So about $4 million in the last 2 fiscal years.
We're repping the Quality Leering Center, 1-800-FRAUD, as now it had been confirmed that this place was closed down, and now they're shuffling children into the day.
Yo, it's hilarious. They got Quality Learning Center as hoodies.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Man, that's how you capitalize.
Take care.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
Oh, she said a week ago.
And now magically it's full of cars. So how can it be closed if people are coming and going?
Fraud. Why do you have everybody here?
Yeah. Okay, this is the owner right here.
Let me hear. It's not your property.
So you guys can. And so how come they said this building was closed? We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro.
Sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that. Oh,
you can't defend the
Run away from the smoke.
fraud.
Oh, come on, at the daycare, do it. Hey, not at the daycare, doing the middle finger though.
We have like 100
at the daycare throwing up the middle finger in front of the kids, huh?
cameras on it. Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside of Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the same guy with these politicians. Now he's at the daycare service. Yo, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. We don't have to make it complicated. These Somalis are in it as well. They're not just running this business on their own. They're entwined with the politicians higher ups, telling them what to do. And they're getting exposed because they don't know what's on the paperwork of what the actual business, what the actual scam name is. So when they're being asked, what is your company name? They could only respond, scam. We only know money laundering. They're pulling up to mailboxes, and it's supposed to be a legit company. Crazy work. So it's crazy how these news broadcasters, they didn't expose this, but a YouTuber can expose this. Crazy work.
And then this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant, and she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that it's happening in locations like Quality Learning Center. Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them at events. What's your message, people, on the fraud here in Minnesota?
This is part of the cover-up. They're trying to cover their tracks. So let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
Okay.
If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way. Anybody want to take me up? And if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
Even as we make progress in the fight against the fraudsters, we now see an organized group of political actors.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
I don't want to mince words here.
Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here?
Hey, the fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, is crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Walz, you gotta.
What you mean you're already too hot? What you mean to say is that you're scared for your life because you reside in Minnesota and you don't want your face to be on Nick Shirley video because at the end of the day, Nick Shirley has security. You don't. That's what you mean to say, talking about you're already too hot. Who do you think you are, my guy?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
He talking about he's on a RICO case, talking about he's already too hot. Stop the cap.
To solve this stuff, Minnesota really cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. They've been doing this for years, so.
Should Tim Walz be prosecuted?
Why is he looking over his shoulder like someone's looking for him?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
The Somalians got this man shook, huh?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone. Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been
through the airport. Money laundering through the airport. I can barely bring a carrier bag and they scamming millions through the airport.
well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA. And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was any.
And these Somalis scamming $750K, the smallest amount. Dropping out the bando.
We're from $1 million.
Scamming out the bando, not trapping. At least trapping has some type of respect. Scamming out the bando. Crazy word.
To $6 million in a suitcase.
And once again, the victim is the taxpayer. They're the one that's suffering. These Somalians, at the end of the day, are they going to receive a consequence? Because they're going to get deported. So what's the consequence if they're going back to where they came from? So I believe they should get the punishment in the United States, because you're actually giving them what they want. Are they really getting punishment by getting deported? Because the taxpayer has been being scammed for how many years? 10 plus years?
I gave it all for fantasy. Is anybody
usually was there, as far as I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact.
So they're declaring $750K and nobody asks any questions. How?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
You think the Somalian that has a $750K briefcase is just like that?
HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these?
Stop the cap. You had no ties. The bread was entwined of scam. Come on, man.
Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport.
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that.
God damn, that's a lot of scamming. Somali community, Safari Services, RS distributors, Midwest quality home care, logistic and supplies. Yo, they're thinking everything but doing right. It's scamming for a living. And want to talk about they're getting attacked for being Muslim. Look at all these scams. That's just one building, ladies and gentlemen, let alone the block. Billions, not millions, billions have been scammed, money laundering. And they want to act like the victim. Hit dogs holler.
We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports?
I saw one time I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean, we're talking for a good 5-6 years. You're talking.
How is millions of dollars getting transported through the TSA and nobody's asking questions? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I could barely blink without the police looking at my shoulder. These people are moving millions of dollars.
5 to 6 million a week. It would happen twice a week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying, 2 people flying out with $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 or $5 million twice a week.
Stop the cap. No. Stop the cap. Somebody told somebody in TSA to not freeze the Somalian suitcase because, once again, do you know how strict TSA is? I remember one time I tried to bring aboard lotion, ladies and gentlemen, just lotion, and they forced me to throw it away.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
I understand you can hide things in open bottles, but come on now, they know what's being transported, and y'all want to turn a blind eye as if these Somalians are really legit, millions of dollars, and you think they're legit. Stop the cap.
Every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai.
Atlanta to Dubai, that's a long ass flight. Scamming all the way to Dubai?
And then apparently what I had heard was it was too dangerous to go any further with it, so they'd wire the money to Somalia. Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow, so they take the money.
The pyramid scheme is crazy. Yo, Nick Shirley, he needs to increase his security because he is uncovering a little bit too much. When there's money involved, it's some dangerous work. Nick Shirley, get the security up.
From Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai, and then from Dubai they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
Yes.
All the taxpayer dollars was getting scammed to Dubai because of this man.
Trump and his allies in Washington and in St. Paul.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to poison our people against each other by attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in the country to raise a
How is it the best place in America when you're scamming millions of billions of dollars?
funds that were meant to help families afford child care. And they have no intention of stopping there. Make no mistake, we should be concerned about fraud in our state government.
You should be worried about your ass in jail. Talking about we should be worried about scam. My guy, you're scamming. And you're using your politician skills to get yourself out of this hole, but it's already been done. You was governor. Under your reign, all this scams going on. Stop the cap.
I be trying to laugh with the
We
bros.
cannot effectively deliver programs and services if we can't earn the public's trust. That's why over the past...
You lost the public's trust with all this money going to Dubai. You telling me that millions of dollars could be funneled through TSA, cash money, and it goes unnoticed? Stop the cap once again. I can barely walk outside, walk my dog, and I live where I live. Stop the cap.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
You gotta stop it.
few years, we've made systemic changes in the way we do business. We've gone to the legislature time and time again to get more tools to combat fraud. We've hired people we fired people who weren't doing their jobs. We've seen people go to jail for stealing from our state.
Your ass about to go to jail for scamming.
We've cut off whole streams of funding in partnership with the federal government where we saw widespread criminal activity. We've put new locks on the doors of our remaining programs.
I be trying to
And we've
laugh
hired
with
a
the
new
bros.
head of program integrity.
They're about to change the locks on your door and send your ass to the penitentiary. They're about to sell your house, my guy.
All across this state, Minnesotans are hard at work on this problem. Advocates, administrators, investigators.
I gave it all for fantasy. Is anybody gonna remember me?
Felt thank you to all of you.
Are just walking off thinking it's okay Tuesday and they want to go visit the Trump, they want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering and these people just walk off. We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
Bitch make 10, or do you need to embarrass me to get your views up, bro? Do you need to drag me, humiliate me, ask me all my business, and put my shit on for these little punk ass niggas that delete my messages, pipping y'all? Or I ain't even a hateful person, bro.
Motherfuckers ain't in love with the game. Y'all don't respect the game. That's why y'all never beat the game.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.